Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into fashion,
Oh, fun.
but not the runway kind.
Where are you?
We're going behind the scenes
Wait.
with Wearing Apparel Patternmakers.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the folks who turn a designer's vision into an actual piece of clothing.
Exactly. They blend artistry and technical skill, and they understand how fabric moves and behaves
Right.
to create that blueprint for garments.
And we've got RoleCatcher's guides and interview questions
Yes.
to help you nail that interview, whether you're just starting out or maybe you're thinking about leveling up a little bit.
Nice.
So are you ready to get tailored up for success?
Let's stitch this interview together.
Less like that.
Aha.
First things first.
Okay.
What does a wearing apparel pattern maker do on like a daily basis?
Right.
Because it's got to be more than just playing connect the delights with fabric.
It is.
I'll
It's
bet.
interpreting designs,
Okay.
understanding fabric properties,
Okay.
and then also predicting how a two-dimensional pattern will become a three-dimensional garment.
Oh, wow.
So you might work with designers, collaborate directly with customers.
Wow. So there's a lot of variety.
Yeah, you could specialize in anything from haute couture to sportswear.
So variety is key there.
Yeah.
That makes prepping for those curveball interview questions even more important.
Speaking of which, RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer.
Okay.
Think of it as having a personal interview coach
Wow.
right in your pocket.
Okay.
It analyzes keywords and skills to help you tailor your CV or resume, so it ranks highly against the job description.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But what about when you're actually in the interview hot seat?
Right.
How does RoleCatcher help with that?
So RoleCatcher's AI feedback
Okay.
analyzes your answers to common interview questions
Uh-huh.
and gives you specific pointers to make them clearer, more concise, more impactful.
So it's like having a secret weapon
Yes.
to refine your answers.
Precisely.
Okay.
It even provides AI-powered feedback on video practice sessions.
Oh, wow.
So you can see how you come across on camera.
That's amazing. Okay, let's get into some of those interview questions.
Oh,
because
okay.
RoleCatcher's guide highlighted some tough ones.
Absolutely. Let's say you're asked, can you tell us about your experience with pattern making software?
Okay.
What's your approach?
Well, it's clear they're trying to gauge my comfort level
Right.
with the technology side of the industry.
Of course.
I'd want to mention specific programs I've used, like Gerber, Optitex, Lectra,
Yes.
and explain what I've used them for.
Exactly. Don't just list names.
Right.
Talk about your experience.
No.
For example, I used Gerber to create patterns for a line of children's wear.
Okay.
Or I have experience with 3D design software like CLO, which helped me visualize garment drape and reduce sample waste.
3D pattern making.
Yeah,
The guide mentioned that's becoming huge,
it is.
but it sounds pretty high tech.
It is.
Though, what if they ask about something more traditional, like how do you ensure the accuracy and precision of your patterns?
This one's all about showcasing your process. They want to know if you have a system for double-checking measurements,
Right.
meticulously labeling pattern pieces, and understanding how different fabrics behave.
It's like that old saying, measure twice, cut once, but for pattern making.
Exactly.
Right.
Speaking of fabric, you might encounter a follow-up question like, have you ever had to adjust a pattern due to unexpected fabric behavior?
Oh, gosh.
This is where you showcase your problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd want to have a specific example
Yes.
ready to go that details the problem, my thought process, and the solution that I implemented.
Now you're thinking like a pro.
Okay.
Remember, interviewers love specifics.
Okay.
It makes you more memorable and builds their confidence in your abilities.
Okay, so it's like anyone can say they're a problem solver,
Right.
but actually walking them through a challenge shows you can handle the heat.
Precisely. Now let's tackle another common question.
Okay.
Imagine they ask, how do you stay updated on fashion trends and industry developments? How do you show them you're passionate and in the know? This is your chance to let your fashion geek flag fly.
Okay.
Do you devour fashion magazines, follow influential designers on social media,
Right.
attend virtual fashion shows?
Yes.
All that good.
Yeah. The RoleCatcher guide also mentioned professional organizations.
Yes.
Like the International Association of Clothing Designers and Executives.
Right.
Joining groups like that shows you're serious about your development, right?
Absolutely. It demonstrates a commitment to staying ahead of the curve.
Okay.
Now, let's say they throw a curveball
Okay.
and ask, can you describe a time you faced a challenging pattern-making issue?
Oh, yep.
How did you approach it?
All right.
What's your strategy?
First, I'd take a breath
Yeah.
and remember that everyone faces challenges.
Right.
It's how you handle them that matter.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I dive into a specific example from my experience.
Specificity is key.
Okay.
Describe the situation, the obstacle, the steps you took to analyze and address it,
Right.
and the outcome.
Right.
Did your solution work? Did you learn something for future projects?
So instead of just saying, I'm good at problem solving,
Right.
I tell them about a time I had to rework a complex pattern because the original design didn't translate well to the chosen fabric.
Right.
And how I collaborated with the designer to find a solution that met both their vision and the technical constraints.
That's a fantastic example. You've shown you can identify problems, find creative solutions, and collaborate effectively.
Right.
All essential skills for a pattern maker.
And it shows I can handle those design meets reality moments that probably come up a lot.
Precisely.
Right.
Now, switching gears to a more technical question.
Yeah.
They might ask, can you describe your experience with technical drawings and specifications?
Okay.
How would you approach this one?
This is where I'd showcase my understanding of those detailed sketches and measurements.
Right.
And industry standard symbols that guide the garment's construction.
Yes.
It's like the pattern maker's secret language.
Exactly.
Right.
Have you created technical flats?
Uh-huh.
Can you confidently interpret a spec sheet?
Yes.
Share your knowledge
Yeah.
clearly and confidently.
I'd also want to highlight a time I used those skills to solve a problem.
Good.
Like maybe I spotted an error in a spec sheet
Oh, nice.
that could have cost time and resources,
Yes.
or how I developed a new system for organizing technical drawings that improved efficiency in the workroom.
Excellent. Those examples demonstrate your competence and attention to detail.
Right.
Speaking of detail, another question you might encounter.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience with grading patterns?
Okay, so grading is all about creating those different size ranges.
Yes.
So I imagine they're looking for someone who understands the technical aspects and the importance of inclusivity.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You'll want to mention your familiarity with industry standard grading rules and software, but also highlight any experience you have with grading for different body types and fit challenges.
Right. It's about ensuring that garment looks and feels amazing on everyone, no matter their size.
Exactly. And this ties into another question you might be asked. How do you ensure your patterns are sustainable and environmentally friendly?
This is where I'd showcase my commitment to ethical and eco-conscious practices.
Good.
I'd mention my experience with sustainable fabrics
Okay.
and my efforts to minimize waste in pattern cutting.
Have you researched zero-waste pattern-making techniques?
Yes.
Or sustainable dyeing processes?
Yeah.
Share that knowledge. Even if you haven't implemented them professionally,
Sure.
expressing your awareness and eagerness to learn speaks volumes.
It shows you're thinking about the future of fashion and not just the next trend cycle.
Exactly.
What about those stressful juggling act situations?
Right.
What if they ask, how do you manage your time and prioritize your workload when working on multiple projects simultaneously?
This is where you highlight your organizational skills.
Oh.
Mention any systems you use,
Right.
whether it's a project management app, color-coded spreadsheets,
Right.
or a trusty to-do list.
And don't just tell them about your systems.
Right.
Give a real-world example.
Right.
Maybe you were juggling multiple deadlines for different designers,
Right.
or had to pivot quickly when a fabric shipment was delayed.
It's all about showing them you can handle the unexpected and still deliver high-quality work on time.
Right.
Now let's wrap up with one more question that's becoming increasingly common.
Okay.
How do you see technology shaping the future of pattern making?
Oh, okay.
This is where you get to show you're not just skilled, but also forward-thinking.
Okay.
Exactly. Talk about innovations you're excited about, like advancements in 3D design software,
Right.
or the use of virtual reality in fittings.
Wow, yeah.
It demonstrates you're engaged with the industry's evolution
Okay.
and eager to embrace new tools and techniques.
It's like you're not just applying for a job. You're joining a movement,
yes.
shaping the future of fashion.
And that's a wrap on our interview question deep dive.
Okay.
Remember, thorough preparation breeds confidence.
Yeah.
Anticipate the questions,
Right.
craft strong, specific answers,
Yeah.
and let your passion shine through.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher.
Yes.
Their AI tools can give you that extra edge, whether you're refining your resume, practicing answers, or perfecting that on-camera presence.
It's like having a whole team of career coaches in your corner cheering you on.
So go out there, wow those hiring managers, and design your dream career in apparel pattern making. Until next time on The Deep Dive.